Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Ashutosh Kumar and we're going to talk about paramiko and we will do the lab for that how we going to establish the session for other server using the Python. So let's explore this. So I have a system. There is a three server. If you can see the VM, we are running with this two server. Ubuntu system is running over there and one is Ubuntu PC, and we're going to connect using the our host system. So host is this terminal for this, and I'm going to show you the networking, how the LAN is connected with that. So let's have if config and we will see have the connectivity. This is the subnet by which they have LAN connectivity. So the gateway is 192.168.56.1. So my server IP is 192.168.56.11 is server 1, and server 2 having static IP dot 12, same IP, same LAN 192.168.150. And third system, that's a PC is connected, that's a Ubuntu PC having DSCP 102 most probably dot 56. So let's try to ping they are reachable on this system or not. Clear, guys? Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly check the IP address. What is the first system? This is my first server. So I have IP config, sorry, no, this is the interface config. So we can see we have IP. If you see interface Ethernet S8 192.168.56.11. Let me take this on putty because we are able to the putty or not. So let's go for the you can see general purpose server. I'm going to load. This is the 192.168.56.11. I'm going to open with the putty and the username and followed by the password. So we are on system. So we are able to access, means system is on, working fine. Clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is, I'm going to go for another putty session for next server, that is 12.1. No, this is one, is the 12.56.12. So I'm going to open this, and this is another server that's running on 56.12. This is the supporting server and this is the general purpose server. Okay, we got this. And then third is my system. This is also running, and we're going to check the connectivity. All three, these are in the single LAN connect. So we have IP 102, you can see. Okay, so let's ping from the my local system. All three supposed to be reachable. So once reachability, then we will start testing of the paramiko using the Python. Okay, our objective. So here, so let's ping they are reachable or not. 192.168 dot, sorry, 168.56.11. This is my first server, is a reachable from local host. and 12 second server reachable from the local host, and the next is 102. This is my system PC. Okay, clear guys? So
Yeah.
networking is okay, all are reachable. We are on same LAN, all the port system within the same LAN. Clear? And you understand the IP.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to the Python parameter. So anything that's a good to documentation, where to go for documentation. So you can, that's, you have paramiko organization. This is the doc for the paramiko, and we're going to see what are the, you can see all the detail for the paramiko from this, and you can refer to this RFC how they build up with the OpenSSL, and you can see our installation page, how to install everything in detail. They given what are the things you have as a prerequisite. So we have to install the pip install paramiko. That's all. This you need to install in your system, and running with the Python supposed to run in your system, then only pip going to work, and these are the release you can go through. Okay, so from this you can see, so nothing for preparedness, you have to just install this. Let's install in my local system. So I'm in my local system, this is, and let's install. Before installing, you have to update your system. So that is the sudo apt update. They have any update, and followed by the sudo apt upgrade, any upgrade required, and give the permission. Sorry, so I think it's updated one, so going to be little fast. Nothing new to upload up there. If anything that going to take care, that's not worry. Yes, everything is done. Okay, now once you have done, so you can install the pip, this pip install paramiko, and I think you need, if it's not installed, is the, you can see here, this is already installed here, normal site package, and this is the requirement already satisfied we have. So do you understand? We have already, if it's not there, you can install, go ahead with that. And what Python version is running? So we can quickly check Python 3 and their version, and that we have 3.10. This is more than enough for, it's a clear, but this not going to work with the Python 2 is this paramiko is compatible with the Python 3.1. Clear guys?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do, so we have installed with the packet of the paramiko, and the pip completed. Now if you want to explore here on this page, you can explore more about this our main page website and the other roadmap you can go through. Here installation part, this is more than enough. Let's go for examples. So I have good documentation for paramiko documentation. If you see client age, you can refer this another documentation I'm going to share in the classroom. You can refer, this is the client paramiko stable, where they're going to give you how you can use this. We are going to frequently use, this is the command where we should use, this is the class of paramiko client, they have a standard. So this command, what is the SSS client, is a standard function which going to, not function, you can say that method which going to control, you load the host key. Okay, the load the system host key, and then connectivity they're going to establish. After that, they have execution of command. Whatever the command you're going to give, they have three: stderr in, stderr out, and stderr error. So this output going to be generated, whether they will give you the stderr output. If it's not output, they will throw with the stderr error. And we have stderr input, of course. What are the input? These are the input they're going to capture from the inputting. Clear, guys, this part, how the client system work. And this is a high level representation of SSH client. Okay, clear how it's going to transport, what are the things they're going to use.
So, Ashwin, for paramiko, every time we have to do this, every time we have to configure client.
This syntax what it's given, this is a standard one. Yes, we have to do every time, but I will show you how you're going to maintain in the file and reduce the command. Don't worry about it.
Okay, okay.
So let's understand the basic one. This command, this is the most you can say useful. This is the basic fundamental of your SSH client. This much you need. You need these three things. Okay, you can't disobey. You have to load your host key. Okay, let's explore, then you will understand. So I'm going to open the file. I have already tested one in my lab. So let's understand the code. So this is the basic code. Let's write a new file of that going to be far better, and we will see if I'm going to write by myself, then what are the challenge going to be. So first, whatever you do, you just install your file in the py extension. You have to, so that the editor will able to identify you are writing the Python code. Okay, so let's going to save this file. I'm going to save as already. Okay, so let's write down paramiko, and the today's date is date 25th Feb. This file for today. Okay, and py extension here, guys. So I'm going to save this on this file. There's document and Python evidence. So okay, so this is the path. Now let's, so Python, you know, if any comments you want to give, so use the hash symbol. So we are testing paramiko code, right? This is the hash. Idiot. Then first, what is the first command? We have to import the what paramiko, which is going to write the my SSH. So every entire function we're going to import paramiko. Okay, so you can see this showing there is a file so many, but no, we are not going to looking for this. This is a paramiko with a function. Clear, guys? That's all. So we imported the first line. Any question?
No.
Okay, good. So we import the paramiko, which is install pip install in the version. Now next, we have to declare our variables. So what are the variable we have? What are the input for SSH? So let's,
IP address, user
okay,
ID,
okay. So what are the input? So host name, you
host
will
name,
say
yeah.
host name, okay, or you can say IP, host name or IP. I need any one of this. We will see. Second, what do I need?
Username.
Excellent. Username is my input. This is the standard input we are talking about, right?
Yeah.
and then password. This time we're going to follow the password is open, but generally we will encrypt. We will, I already explained you in Ansible how we going to hide these things, right? But
Correct.
today we will do the lab as generic, most generic way. First we will understand, then later on we will encrypt the password and we will hide in other file. Okay, so we need username as a variable, password as a variable, anything. Yes, port number.
Port. Port number. Yeah.
Okay, anything else? The command, which command you want to uh, give, the list of command. We will pass today only one command and we will see. So this many standard input we need, so let's declare the variable one by one. So host name, you can take this name anything but take meaningful, so I'm not want to change anything. As a host name, I'm declare as a host name. So host name, either you want to give the system host name, then you have challenge of what, tell me. You have to
There is
DNS resolution, means there is a name resolution. We will see that IP, if you give IP they will capture directory, right? But if I will give the host name, they need to resolve that host name into the IP, right?
yes, yes,
So
correct.
let's go for host name. If it's working for host name IP, it's a very damn easy. Just you give, instead of host name, you pass the IP. Okay, so IP is a number directory, they can go for that. So I'm going for host name. My server name is, I will give general purpose server. This is my server. Okay, clear? Now I have this. Next, let me go for support server. I have two server. Let's see what is the host name. It's a support server, right? I'm going to take this name. Are you guys understanding? I'm taking this support server with the host. Let's see the challenge what going to be in the support. Okay, now next, what's the variable? Use port. Have
Port.
to give as a port number is a number. So damage like IP you can pass the name, and the second, third username is my another variable. So username I'm giving simply asu, which is already configured there, and password is very simple. We have password configured. Again, I'm not encrypting, this is not a good practice, but this is the basic one. We want to understand this concept. Paraniko.
Yeah.
Clear guys?
Yes, yes,
Till here?
yes.
Okay. Now you have declare all your variable. I have tested one, you can see all the variable, and the fifth variable, what command. So basic command I want to test here. If you see, uh, go to this. What is the basic command you name if I am going to test, or the most basic? So what is the output? Linux is the system. Or you can see that this command is, this is single line. Complete. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, yes.
So let's test for not for this. This is very simple output. I will go for this. Okay, what is the command? So I'm going to give cmd, the most easiest one, and my command is uname hyphen a. Okay, all my variable declare. We have not done anything. We have import the paramiko and declare the fundamental of uh, of all the my variable. Okay, now refer to my code. This is the standard client code, if you remember.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm going to call this, I'm going to copy this command. I saw you already, so no need to remember all this, because this is already given as a standard. Let me show you here as client host key, and they explain what do you mean by load system host key. You go through this documentation. This is standard code stuff. Host name, how you going to give the parameter host name, port name, ports number, integer, the username, password, passphrase, and other stuff. So we going to explore these things as we going to debug all these things. So you remember this is the standard one you're supposed to use. No need to remember, just copy from here, and the same thing I have developed these things according to my use. Okay, clear? So what we do, so with the paramiko ssh client, this is the don't remove them. This is a case sensitive. You are not going to give Azure way. This is the sss client which is I called for here. It's a huge for here as a client, and the load the client host key same, and my declaration host name I declare as a declare. If you declare as a IP, you have to give IP here. Port number, port. The port you have a variable, they're going to store as a int. Okay, this is stored as a variables. Sorry, string. Okay, and then username, password. All my 4 variables are declared here. Clear? For connectivity, we need this.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Now we have 3 parameters. Need standard input. Input all these are the inputs. Then I need 2 things, either standard output or error, if any error. Both the things important. Sometimes there is no output, there is a error only due to the code mismatch, or we have done something wrong. Okay, now this is standard input, output, and error. We are calling this client with the execution command. This is the method which is standard, and call your command here. This is a single command right now, but on this variable we can pass the list, don't you? You can pass the list, you can pass your directories, you can pass your dictionaries, you can pass your tuples. Means the list of data you can pass, but right now we are passing only one command. If working with the one command, and this parameter can be work for the 10 command or 20 command. What do you say?
Yes. Got
Yes.
it.
So let's test for one command, and what going to be happen. So I want to print. So for print, what we have to do, we have to declare another, what we have to declare, guys? You remember another variable which going to work for this. So I declare the as a output another variable, and standard out will read. Why read? Otherwise they are not going to read. You have to, standard out is a register where the output going to store. But you want to read. For reading function, you need the read function. You want to read that register. Once you read, I'm going to store into the new variable, that is the output. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
no? Okay. Now let's print the output. So you can print your output. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just print function and output. Let's see what going to be clear. Print output, this variable going to be printed. Let's save this as a, this is saved, and this is saved. Let's run this. So where do I run this? Where it's saved? The location we have to clear, guys. This is the most basic. If you understand this, we going to only change the parameter and we will see the command. Should I run this command? It's going to work or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Should have.
let's see. So where we have, do we have Python install or not in system? So quickly check Python 3, and we can see we have installed with the Python. Are you able to see? Are you
Yeah.
able to see?
Yes.
Now let's, where we have installed, this is my directory. So I'm going to do simply Python 3 and give where the my home directory. Go for document followed by the Python file system, then ends. Now you have paramiko date. This is, I'm going to run this. Let's see, they are giving error. So let's understand error, what happened, why it's not running the file. So you can see they are giving the error that this is the line number 16. Line number 16 having issue with this. So what you have do,
Hostname, port, username, password.
I'll as a, the client name, client file, document. Okay, let me make simple. I'm copy into the home, and we will try to do that whether it's working or not. Okay, so I'm going to copy this file into to home directory. So if there should not install, so copy this file file to dense, because it's a long file system. Let us copy this param, the Python copy the dot. Yes, let's, we have this file of grep is, okay, we have file in local. Let's go for the terminal. We are going to be more, so let's test we are able to um, ping the host name or not. So host name is what? The client host name. Try to troubleshoot. You will see that. No, before going that, let's run again Python, and we paramiko this file. What are the error do we? Here we are more frequent. So we can see that what this, so file this times module must call, and the socket host name, any of these flag they are not familiar with, client not getting the address information. Okay, so we are getting the error issue with the get the address information is wrong. Can you see that? Address, they are not able to get the address. So how
Yes.
do you troubleshoot? So before going for automation, we have to troubleshoot. How? We have to check with
Ping.
the
Ping.
manual wise. Manually, it's working or not.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
So let's ping the IP. Um, 192.168.56.11 or 12. What is the IP? Which system we want to do that? I will check the IP. If config 12 is pinging or not. I can see it's a pingable. Let's see, but we are trying with the host name. Can you see that? So let's, we are able to get ping this host name or not. So my next label, because we are not going for IP, we are going for the host name. So they are not able to resolve this. Can you see host name?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we have to resolve first. So let's do that. We will check the host resolution file whether this host is added or not. You can see there is no host added in this file. Okay, so quickly I'm going to add the host. So I'm going to go in vi editor and need the password. Okay, so I'm going to add my host 192.168.56. Okay, that we have to go in insert mode and then 1.1.50.11 as a my, you can say, general purpose server. I add both so that 190.56.12, that is the support server. We have added this. Now we are good to this. So let's bot bot and recover. Press enter command to okay, insert mode dot one it dot 11 will be general purpose server. Server is 190.168.50.12. That's the support server. Now you enter 04A cat. Oh my god, why are they copying huge number of stuff? Yeah.
Mm, so should you have to delete.
Okay, I will check later why files this. What we have. Let's troubleshoot this quickly. I don't want to keep this many big file. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording here. Okay, otherwise
Okay.
it's going to be out of time. I'm going to start next session from the same point. Okay, let's ping this whether we are able to ping or not the support server. So pinging going to be resolved. Now it's able to ping, right? Okay,
Yes, yeah.
so and we can run the quickly the Python code. Let's see what is the error. Missing host key. Missing host key. Now the next level of error is the missing host key. The earlier was the issue is different. Okay, now the issue is showing missing host key. So, and the next not found the host name. Non host name, there is no entry. So these are the well known in SSH. The host key missing and well known. What about the non host not in tree. So we will troubleshoot. Next class we're going to start from the troubleshoot in this. So we're going to stop the session right now. Bye bye, see you in next class.